in 19th and the 20th century, people used to say leaders are born, but in the 21st century, it is wrong actually. It is now leaders can be made. You should always maintain customer and the stakeholder relationship. Give them what they want and you will get what you really want. That is what the give and take policy of it. It might be a big challenge because there are a lot of employees who will not be engaged properly by the top level. That is, hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here for the Unit 4 that is all about skills and competencies. Now, I always tell my students that your skills should pay your bills. So always enhance, upskill your skills and reskills your skills, right? So what exactly it is? The skills, when we go with it, the first word, skills refers to specific abilities or proficiencies that can and that an individual has developed through training, practice or experiences. These can be tangible, that is measurable, abilities such as technical skills, example programming, graphic designing, or soft skills, example communication and leadership. So leadership can also be what? You can understand and you can be a leader. See, always in 19th and the 20th century, people used to say leaders are born, but in the 21st century, it is wrong actually. It is now leaders can be made. So you need to upskill your skills. Competencies, that is what exactly it is. See, this can come for 2 marks and even this can come for 2 marks. So competencies are broader and encompass a combination of skills, knowledge, behavior and personal attributes that enable someone to perform effectively in a particular role or situation. That is, competencies often includes a mix of technical skills, soft skills and behavioral attributions such as adaptability, problem solving, teamwork and resilience. So that's the difference between the skills and competencies. Meaning of skills and competencies. Now please do understand here. Multicultural teams refers to group of individuals from diverse culture background, ethnicity, nationality or linguistic backgrounds working together towards a common goal within an organization or project. Next one. Skills and competency for multicultural teams and workforce. That is, the first one is they need to have communication skills, cultural awareness and sensitivity, adaptability, collaboration and teamwork, conflict resolution, empathy and respect, language skills they need to have, cross-cultural leadership they need to have, global mindset, critical thinking and problem solving, and the last one is emotional intelligence. So all these things, see, one by one, if we understand communication skills, it should be in the next level. It should not be like how we will talk in a classroom. It should always be very diplomatic. It should be like you need to do something called hypnotizing the other people. That is how your talk should be. Cultural awareness and sensitivity. Now you need to understand their culture, because in an organization it's not just 1 or 2 people, it is like a lot of people gonna be there. You need to understand whatever you speak should not hurt their cultural feelings. That's why I see emotional intelligence is very, very important when it comes to skills and competence for multicultural teams and workforce. Next, here we have is organization, that is organizational assessment. So what is this organizational assessment? This can come for 2 marks. Organizational assessments refers to the process of evaluating various aspects of an organization to identify strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats. That is, we call it as SWOT, SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat that can affect its performance and effectiveness. This evaluation typically involves gathering and analyzing data related to the organization's structure, process, culture, resources, and performance matrix. So that is where you need to be very careful when it comes for the evaluation. Next is purpose and objectives. If you go clearly when it comes to assessment in the workplace, clearly defined purpose and objectives of the assessment should be given proper. Data collection, gather relevant data through surveys, interviews, focus groups, and document analysis considering collective bias, that is collective both quantitative data as well as quantitative. So quality should also be there, quantity should also be there. So we call that as qualitative and quantitative. Say in quantitative we have what? Financial metrics, performance indicator, and qualitative we have employee feedback, cultural aspect. Next is the leadership and governance. See, evaluate the effectiveness of leadership and governance structure, assesses whether decision making process are efficient, transparent, and aligned with organizational goals. That is where people will actually go with it. That is, leadership and governance should be what? Transparent. It should be 100% transparent. There should not be any bias. Organizational structures, analyzes the organizational structure to ensure it support efficient communication, collaboration, and workflow. Consider whether the current structure facilitates agility and innovation. Next is culture and climate. Assesses the organizational culture and climate. Look at factors such as values, norms, and communication, pattern, and employee satisfaction. They need to check. Human resources, that's a very, very important one. That's a vital one. That is, evaluate HR practice related to recruitment, retention, training, and performance management. We call it as PM, right? Performance management. See, last year in the 5th semester, I have explained more about performance management. Ensure that employee have necessary skills and support to perform their role effectively. That is, you give them responsibility, but in the meantime, you also give them authority, or else where will they get the results, right? That's the main part here. So here when we go with the results, whenever I say responsibility should be given more, but I always say in the 21st century, responsibility and accountability, they go hand to hand. So operations and processes, technology and infrastructure, customer and stakeholder. See, this can come for 10 marks. So please have a glance of it. That is, examine operational process and workflows to identify inefficiency or bottlenecks. Look for opportunities to streamline process and improve productivity. You need to see where you are going low and then you are supposed to bounce back. You need to rectify that. Technology and infrastructure, when we go with it, assesses the organization technology, infrastructure, and IT systems. Determine whether technology is being used effectively to support business operations and strategic objectives. And customer and stakeholder relation, you should always maintain customer and the stakeholder relationship. Give them what they want and you will get what you really want. That is what the give and take policy of it. Evaluate relationships with customers, clients, and other stakeholders. Identify areas for improvement in customer service, that is stakeholder engagement and relationship management. That should be your main criteria. Next is organizational assessing in the workplace. That is the 10th point, which is very, very important. That is risk management and compliance. That is review risk management practices and compliance with relevant laws, regulations, and industry standards. Identify any gaps or areas of non-compliance that needs to be addressed. Action plan, that is develop an action plan based on assessment finding, prioritize action based on their impact, assign responsibility for implementation to appropriate stakeholders, monitoring and evaluation, establish mechanism of monitoring process and evaluating the effectiveness of intervention, regularly review performance metrics and solicit feedback from employees and other stakeholders to ensure that the organization continues to evolve and improve. So it's a very, very important topic. Please do not forget to go through this. What are the challenges here? The first is, as I said, communication barriers, cultural differences, conflict resolution. The same kind of a thing which we are repeating it. So that is why if you understand one of the aspects, you can write the entire story here. Inclusive and belonging, bias will be there, that is for sure. Bias and discrimination. Leadership challenges will be a challenge in the multicultural thing. Next is career development opportunity, that is providing equitable access to career development opportunity for all employees. That is a very big challenge. Employee engagement, it might be a big challenge because there are a lot of employees who will not be engaged properly by the top level. That is, building and maintaining high level of employee engagement across diverse team requires understanding and accommodating different cultural preferences and work styles. So it is very, very difficult, and that will be the biggest challenge. Integration of diversity. Now diversity is there, but integrating it is very difficult here. Global expansion challenge. See, whenever multicultural organization operating across multiple regions or countries may encounter additional challenges related to local regulation, that is market differences and geopolitical factors. There will be a problem. And here, if you go with it, diversity and inclusion initiatives must be integrated into the organization's culture, policies, practice to be effective. So these are the very, very important topic. Again, it can actually come for 10 marks. So be careful. Whenever I say this, you can write down the question and you can write the answers. So anything related to this chapter, if you have any doubt, please do call us. We're always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.